Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive here with a new moon reading. This is for the Libra collective, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Any placement really you may find you resonate with this. We're looking at the new moon in Virgo happening this weekend. So we're going to answer a few questions through channeled messages, a variety of tarot and oracle decks. I'll ask questions like, what needs your attention now? How do you know you're on the right track? What could be blocking or interfering with what you're trying to bring in? And what blessings are coming in? And how do we support them? And we'll pull a variety of other cards too, angel numbers, animal cards, all that stuff. So first out, you have expect powerful change. So this is something that needs your attention now. A change, something you're trying to implement. Something also could be coming in that's unexpected that you may not be aware of just yet. And I love that this is new moon eclipse on this card because, pardon me, because we are entering into this eclipse season coming up in September. Some of the energy is already being felt. And we're doing this reading for the Virgo new moon. And this is the first of two Virgo moons that we're going to be having during this eclipse season. And it all starts right now, actually. All right, what else do we have? As far as the energy making its way in and the connections that will be made between the different moons and the phases and all that. So, all right, whoa, what else do we have? Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. And for whatever reason, this is giving me Libra vibes. Maybe because the North Node symbol always kind of reminds me a little bit of the Libra symbol. Yeah, so step out of the comfort zone. If you're meant to be doing something, you're just going to keep being drawn to it, I feel. All right, let's see what else we have. What else needs your attention now? So a change coming in where you may need to step out of your comfort zone, or you may feel like just stepping out. You may not, it's not even like a have to, it's maybe a want to, Libra. It's time to take action, new moon in Aries. Yeah, there is some definite change ahead for some of you, and I feel it's very positive. I really feel it's something that you're going into with your heart. For some of you, doesn't mean it's romance. It just means something that you really feel divinely led to do, maybe, or you feel as though finally maybe things are aligning better for you. Let's see what else we have. Your commitment's being tested, first quarter moon. It could be an energy where it's sort of like, well, how badly do you want this? You know, there's a little bit of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you undergo a few more tests here, it seems. But I do feel something's causing us to have to be bold, be the leader in something. And even if it's just like be the leader in creating the life you love, that you want to live. All right, let's see what else we have. So expect powerful change, step out of your comfort zone. Time to take action, commitment being tested. I'm going to turn this down just a bit so you maybe can see a few more cards on the table as I shuffle and things. All right, well, several cards came out. I didn't feel like the deck is ready right now, honestly. So I'm just going to keep shuffling. I wasn't quite ready for that. So let's see. This is the Elemental Wisdom Tarot by Taroteca Studio. All right, so we do have cards coming out in clumps. Oh my goodness, we start out with the Star card and then the Four of Coins. Libra, not a reading goes by that we get the Star card, right? We don't get the Star card. We get this in every reading now. Aquarius energy. Pluto is in Aquarius. I think it's retrograding in Aquarius, so I'm wondering if that's part of it. Also, I know we have a lot of healers and seers, and a lot of people may be connected to star-like energy. A lot of stars in our audience right now. So yeah, this is promise of a better future, brighter tomorrow. Maybe I think you maybe you've been saving your energy or saving your pentacles, even with this Four of Coins, or saving your heart. Often that other pentacles over the person's heart. Maybe you've been saving for the right situation as you rebuild and build, not just rebuild, but construct a whole new life for yourself, or a whole new certain area of your life that's really been lacking. Doesn't have to be a complete life overhaul. That's actually kind of rare that happens, but maybe, you never know, for some. It's interesting to me because in this deck, she doesn't have her foot in that, what would be maybe considered the collective pool of consciousness. I feel like definitely I'm feeling kind of more hermit vibes too. And it is paired with a 4 of coins here. So we have 17 and 4. So whenever cards come out together, I am interested in the numerology. So 17 plus 4 is 21. 21 is the world card. I really feel this is such a new cycle for you. And that's great because this is a whole new moon cycle, right? So how will this Virgo new moon treat you? How will this new moon cycle go? I do get, I'm actually hearing, I'm clairaudient, so I do hear things. I am hearing like crickets right now. And I feel like for some of you, you're waiting, and even this 4 of coins, he kind of looks like he's waiting, so I kind of feel as though before you get into something, first of all, it's important to have all your questions answered. You do not have to give an answer to something or someone right away. I'm also getting an energy off of these cards of dusting. So there's some like dust, like that's there could be something that you don't really like. Light is finally kind of shed upon it. I know that's an interesting message, right? I guess they all are, but I'm really focusing on the light beams here, and I'm getting if you this card, if you see, you can really kind of see the beams of light coming in, and I feel as though finally something becomes a bit more clear. And I wouldn't be surprised if something's not as perfect as you had thought something could be. That could be why, like, how the commitment's being tested. But it's okay. You adapt. I do feel that. It's like you've done enough of the work, either in preparation for something or just knowing yourself really well, and healing work in general, that you're ready. You're okay. It's okay. Let's see what else. There's certainly an energy of something becoming you're becoming more aware of something. Oh, okay. That's amazing. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords to talk about being more aware. This is clarity and breakthrough. The Star card can also be a card of clarity. So it comes with a 5 of Swords, a 2 of Coins, a 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Justice. So it has not been smooth sailing, right? It's not easy to step out of the comfort zone either, but I feel like there could be an opportunity coming in that you cannot pass by. So there could be just an opportunity that feels made for you, or a new place to live, or something that just feels like it's been personally designed for you. The 5 of Swords, there's this energy here of, the 5 of Swords can be, I'm getting this is the part of like, how badly do you want something here? There's that 2 of Pentacles. It comes, there's a 3 of Swords and 9 of Swords. I get that you may not, it's kind of I get guilt, honestly, and I don't really like that. That's one of the worst, I think. There could just be this energy of like, well, as I make these changes, I'm going to have to let something go. You may have to figure out a new way to work something out, to stay in balance with the rest of the parts of your life as this other opportunity comes in or person comes in. There could be a little bit of stress that comes with suddenly taking action. Maybe you didn't feel as though you had enough time even. I kind of get, this is a lot of swords. The 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords keeps coming in for us. And I wonder if it's like kind of for some of us, like not actually getting enough sleep and not getting enough rest. Things are clogging up the as I think I said in another reading, the airspace or airwaves. Like there's just a lot going on. Like there's a lot of mental stress. It could even be nightmares, just anxiety. But these are both cards, the 9 of Swords, actually all 3 of these could be grief in some way. The 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Swords. Notice they're all odd numbers, right? And even you have 11. So you have 3, 5, 9, 11. 7's missing. Normally we've been getting a lot of 7. So you need to follow your intuition. That's the one I feel that's connected to the intuition, but it's also connected to spiritual tests and lessons. And I feel like with something, Libra, you've been there, you've done that. And for some of you, it's like it's not worth the money, or it's not worth, see the coins here, and something's just not worth the I mean, I'm actually getting the word agony that it's caused. It's not worth the heartache, right? So for some of you, if someone's trying to come back, for example, we're still a little bit, we're in that shadow of the Mercury retrograde energy. So, I mean, there is still time for someone to come back, but, or want you to come back to something. And I just feel for some of you, you're like, yeah, no, I can't. I've moved on already. It's not worth it to me. Let's see what else we have. And then there's justice here. I think for a lot of you, this is, you might even have an opportunity to write something that has felt wrong for a while, or you'll see that play out with someone else in your life or a world stage or something. But there's our card, Libra, justice. Yeah, it may not be perfect. Again, there's this energy of something like it's not perfect the way something came about, but you've held yourself in high regard and acted with integrity. And it may not have been easy though, right? With this Two of Coins and that ocean of emotion behind her. I keep getting the question of like, how badly did you want this, or how badly do you want something? And really needing to go within, and is something worth the price? I keep getting that too. Is something worth the price you will pay? Is something worth it? It has to be according to your terms with something. Yes, you're going out of your comfort zone and taking some action, and yeah, the commitment will be tested, but Libra, you still have to be happy with whatever this is, right? We can't negotiate away our values, our morals, right? So that's not up for negotiation. So certain things about this change are just not up for negotiation. They're not up for discussion. So if it's something part-time for you coming in, like if you have set days you can work, those are your set days. So take it or leave it, right? As I've been telling you, Libra, you're not desperate. There's nothing about the energy that's been coming up in your readings that screams desperation. So please be aware of that. I know sometimes life can feel desperate, and sometimes we truly are in really tight spots, and there's no, like, that's just, you got to take what you can get, right? But I feel like for most of you out there, you're not desperate to the point of like, winning at all costs, or trading your integrity or your values for money, or just to be in a relationship. You're going to you're going to allow yourself to be treated like crap. None of that. I don't get that, right? That's not what I'm feeling here. Let's see what else we have. It's time to take action. Balance is key though. And really, if you need to retract your energy, like I said, the Star card, the feet are like not in the water. She's saving something for herself. So make sure whatever it is, this next cycle you're stepping into, that your self-care is priority. Okay, that has to be priority, because that's your everything right there. Your energy, your loveliness. All right, time to take action here. And we have the Two of Swords, and she's in reverse. What do you know? Yeah, this is indecision, but you're coming out of this indecision. And I think a big part of it is, notice, like, upside down, it reminds me of the Hanged Man, this card. Never have I had that off of this card before. Now I feel that though. I feel like you become very clear. Something becomes, again, get your questions answered. If something doesn't feel right, I did a reading recently about if it doesn't smell right, it's not right, that sort of thing. And it feels as though, again, if something doesn't quite add up, get clear. You do not have to make a decision immediately for most things in life. Some things, yeah, you have to. This is like coming out of, I feel like this is truth revealed. Okay. That's what it feels like, because this is like, waiting. There could be stress, strain, conflict in some way, indecision, a difficult choice. And here we are in reverse. It doesn't feel like the exact opposite. I don't read cards as like, oh, it's exactly the opposite. It feels as though there was hesitancy, but it's underneath this time to take action. So it feels like you come out of a time of possibly hesitancy, but also I feel as though there was something that it just didn't feel right. either because of it just morally wasn't right, or because the details of like what an actual job would be, or how a person's claims they are versus how they actually show themselves to be didn't match. So I get this, like what was misaligned becomes clear. Again, you have that Ace of Swords. And what does the Justice card have? She's got her Ace of Swords in her hand, right? And I think for some of you, you have two options with something and you end up with an Ace of Swords. You grab the one that's most aligned for you, the one that's going to have the bigger reward too, in a variety of ways. It's not just about money, right? What else do we have for the Libra collective, please? Remember, these are general readings. Only take what resonates, right? You have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. You know your story best. You have the Strength card. And what's with it? Ten of Swords, yeah. I wasn't going to take whatever this next one was. It felt like I should, though, because even though it's not, it's not exactly a card we want to see. I mean, it goes in line. We have so many swords right here. Swords, that thinking, that air energy, right? It's us. That's us. And with Strength card, Leo energy, the Ten of Swords, this is a transformation that's going to take some effort, some energy. And I do get this feeling too that you're needing to be strategic in ending one cycle and starting another. It does feel like, yeah, well, I mean, this is falling under your commitment being tested. Whoops, that's actually going there. Commitment being tested here. And, I think if for some of you, I feel like you can do a better job at something if you actually, this saying, work smarter, not harder. It does feel like that. Like less is more. It does feel like a situation where it could be the answer is to step back a little from something, give it a little breathing room, and see what unfolds with something too. I'm not saying be passive. I'm saying sometimes things need breathing room. They need a little space. So maybe you're giving someone or something space, giving yourself more space. But this is something else that is in that row of, like kind of how you're on the right track too. How are you going to know you're on the right track? Well, if something feels as though it's aligned for you, if you feel well informed, if you're feeling as though you're able to give something space and it doesn't completely disappear, then it's probably a good match. Also, with the Ten of Swords, yes, it's closing the door, it's shutting something down. You could be shutting yourself off from any sort of feelings of like failure. I get that you can, again, it's sort of like righting a wrong, like something that didn't end well. Maybe you have a chance to, not a do-over, but at least come to better terms with something or get some sort of closure. It does, it does. It feels like more acceptable closure on something that maybe you haven't had with something else. Okay. Yeah, Leo energy. We are in Virgo season now. Happy birthday, Virgos, if that's your sun sign. Have some compassion for yourself. Change is not easy, right? It's really not. But it's necessary. A lot of the times it is necessary. I do want to find out a little more about this. Oh, no, yes, no. Okay. That one and this one too. Okay, then. So the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. You're your own authority. Be your own authority. Some of you have the potential to literally be your own boss as far as business. So that is like clear as day. That's the message with these two cards combined for me right now. This is like, you know yourself best. If you a lot of the times, like, but like you let other people maybe talk you out of something or talk you into something because you feel bad for them, or because you're just really wanting to keep the peace, perhaps. And then, I mean, I think others of you have grown into your own authority, and you're like, yeah, no, sometimes I have to be cold, and sometimes, it can come across as cold, but too bad, like, there are times in life when you really have to put yourself first. And I feel that you will not be second to someone else's like organization or structure or rules. Okay. It does kind of feel like you're maybe fighting back against conformity in some way because you know that's what's best for you, regardless of what someone who claims to have more expertise over you knows or says they know. You know best for you. And this is having some honest conversations and being very direct with whoever it is you're dealing with. And you're coming from a place of wisdom, of experience, of clarity. And I feel for some of you, you've had to turn some things down because you know something better is coming in. You just know it. How you know, we don't know, but you know, right? You know. Beautiful. I love seeing the Queen of Swords, Justice, and the Ace of Swords all at once. It shows me that you're really, yeah, you're still using your intuition and everything, but you're not swimming in a sea of emotions, which can often lead us to making not the best decisions for us. A lot of the times when we're doing that, it's like we're thinking about everybody else. And what's interesting with that star card, as I said off the very beginning, it's different than other decks. Her feet are not in the water at all. It's like she has had to maybe focus more on her own healing and her own dream come true, and not so much about everybody else all the time. Some of you could be feeling as though your needs are not being met, and that's why there could be a powerful change here. And because of that, like I get this sort of actions have consequences, because now you're having to do this, and it's like, again, like too bad for somebody else. It's their loss if they, try to take advantage or something, and now you're out the door. That's not on you, okay? It's not on you. You have the Three of Wands and the Queen of Coins. Yeah, for a lot of you, you're looking to expand your resources. This decision you're making is somehow connected to home, to things of a domestic matter, aka home, to your security, to what's practical, what feels comfortable, but at the same time, this is what's clarifying. Step out of your comfort zone, and boom, what do you have? You're working with the Three of Wands energy. That's all about outside the comfort zone. If I had one card out of all the 78 cards in tarot that's out of your comfort zone and expansion, it's the Three of Wands. Coming out of your comfort zone, looking ahead, right? This is about rapidly growing your finances too. When I have this, or your resources in general. Maybe you're wanting more time for something, or you're working on health or fitness. Those are all matters also of Queen of Pentacles. And I feel as though, anything practical, right? All your resources. So it could be anything. It doesn't have to just be money, but I feel like you're getting the best for your investment, getting the most out of your investment. You have opportunities on the horizon, and it directly involves your coins, pentacles. And what else do we have? It's time to take action. Now, only one card came out for that one. And that's the only one that only came out as a single, because I feel as though as you're making this decision, again, you need to do what's best for you. That's what you need to. You need to do what's best for you here, Libra. I think that's this is kind of like, yes, you're taking action. Yep, things might not go perfectly. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. Yeah, it's a big change. But it's because you're doing what's best for you, what works for your schedule, what works for your love life, whatever area you're here for, right? It has to work for you. And I feel like, doesn't that sound so obvious? Not everybody operates that way. A lot of Libras I know, we're thinking about like other people all the time. Like I tend to do that. I think about, well, it's the best for everybody. And I'm always like weighing the options. And it seems like the one that generally wins is like the one where maybe I'm not as comfortable with it as the other choice, but it's better for such and such or so and so. You don't have to always compromise so much, is my point, okay? And I'm not like saying, oh, you're just like me. That's not at all. That's not it. I'm just saying, like, I know a lot of people, and many are Libras, that, and also Cancerian energy, tend to do this too. It just sort of, that's just the pattern I've noticed. So maybe you've noticed other signs that tend to just overgive of themselves, or people please, because like we want to keep the peace or we want everybody to be well. We worry about people and their feelings. Maybe it's part of being, a highly sensitive person. I don't know. I think it's part of it too. Yes. But okay. So for time to take action, look what you have. You have the Knight of Wands. Hello. Perfect energy for this. Get out there, explore, take an adventure. This is a nice free spirited energy. This is someone who's fearless, who knows that they have leadership qualities. And yeah, maybe they're not an expert, but you know what? They're an expert on their own lives, and they sense where things are headed to. They kind of, when like I say, with the Queen of Wands, nothing stops the Queen of Wands. With the Knight of Wands, yeah, no, nothing's stopping them. They just go. They're just like, you mentioned, hey, do you want to go do this? And they're already in the car. Like, it's okay. All right, let's do it. But don't we need to, nope, get in the car. We're going. So it's like, almost like I get this energy of like, once you've decided, boom, full speed ahead. Like once you've decided you're doing something, and that seems pretty classic Libra too. Takes maybe a while to decide, but once we decide, it's like, oh, we're all in, right? So, it is what it is. Not everybody is the same, obviously, and we're way more than just our sun signs. Yes. Okay. What else do we have here? Oh my goodness, you have the Ace of Cups for it's time to take action. So clarifying that one a little bit. So Ace of Cups here. Look at this, Libra. Step right up. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Step right up. New feelings about something, maybe. Using your intuition, really knowing what makes you happy. I think with all this new cycle, what it's going to show you is, what is it you truly love? What is it that makes you feel most fulfilled? At the very least, it's going to be a lesson in that. Of what truly brings you joy, what truly fills your cup. And not getting swept away or tossed around by the feelings and opinions of others. That seems to be such a theme. Okay, commitment being tested. What do we have for Libra? Commitment being tested. So we're still finding out what needs your attention and how you know if you're on track, right? You'll know you're on track when it feels right, when your cup feels full, when you've reached your goals with regard to being, a lot of it is self-sufficiency too. When you feel as though you've made the best decision for you, that's how you'll know. It has to be in alignment with you. That's what it seems like, a lot of this. The Seven of Cups, because guess what? You have options. As I always say, you're not desperate. That's why we keep getting the Seven of Cups here. What else? And there we go. What did I tell you? You have Ace of Coins. You now have 3 aces in your reading, Libra. 3 aces. One reason this commitment being tested is coming in is because you have options. So that's why it's like you need to prioritize maybe. I know what helps me is like writing lists out. Option A, option B, option C. Or if you want, pull some of your own tarot cards. Set an intention beforehand, meditate real quick, set an intention. And then just option A, B, C, D, whatever it is. And pull cards on it. Get a card for each option. All right. A lot of the cards in tarot, you'll feel if it's a yes or no. You don't want to ask yes, no questions only. You want to ask more open-ended questions with tarot, right? Like I'm doing here. Because the yes, no, that's just, you're putting yourself in a box there. That's probably not the best way to go about it. I would say, unless you just want a quick yes or no, go for it. You do you, right? But generally, the more open-ended, the better. Because, I feel tarot likes to tell me a story. It's a whole story. That's how I can do long readings like this, right? Because there's so much to it. But yeah, if you're wondering about if you have the strength to have this new beginning, yeah, if you have the courage, but again, it's choosing the cup that best suits you. It sounds so easy, but it's actually not. It keeps coming up in readings. And not just what suits you, but maybe what suits you as a whole. That's the other piece to this, is it's not, oh, well, it'll be best for my finances, or it'll be best for the fact that I have 2 kids, or it's best for, I think there could be this feeling of not being of not really feeling maybe fulfilled or happy fully, because maybe we're going about it in a way that, again, it's too outwardly focused. Like there's nothing selfish about taking care of yourself and doing what feels best for you, even if it's not at the same speed as everybody else or it doesn't look the way it does for everybody else. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins. Look at this. Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Swords. This is what you have coming in for you, Libra. It's almost Magician. We almost have all 4 aces, right? Wow. Now, I always think whenever I have 3 aces, well, the one that's missing. So what, that's what actually I'm going to lead. This is going to go right into our next question. What is blocking this success, this whatever it is you want to bring in? How is it that we have 3 aces? Where's the Ace of Wands? Where is it? Is it, I just feel as though maybe some of you are not quite ready to go with something. Like as far as making that ultimate decision. You know you're ready for a change. Maybe you loosely know kind of what that is. Or some of you are very specific, great, but how come it hasn't happened yet? Where's that Ace of Wands? Why aren't we getting started? What's in the way? Why are there delays, right? Because there's some delays that have happened here. Let's see. Let's get, oh, all right. Let yourself receive support. This could be a potential block. And embracing imperfections. Remember I said it's something about it's not necessarily perfect, but that's okay. So let's see what this has. Let's see. I'll show you the cards in a moment. So let yourself receive support. It's often easier for empaths to give than to receive. Allow others to support you. Experience the pleasure of their caring energy. Some of you from a young age, you've been put in the role of care, nurturer, caretaker, taking care of everybody else. And then also you have, now this is interesting because you have a 7 of Cups. Look at the butterflies around the cup. And then look at this card. Embrace your imperfections. It might not seem like the perfect cup if somebody else were to ask it or to make the choice for you, but you're making the choice, Libra. No one else is making the choice for you. You're making the choice. Choose the cup that best suits you. And you're getting clear on that. That's Ace of Swords. And yeah, it's going to affect you, you as a whole. Ace of Coins. Release the idea that you must be without flaws. Humans are imperfect, messy, and also miraculous. So simply aim to be the best person possible. I've been talking about life purpose a lot on the channel, right? And a lot of the times, like our life purpose, that's it. Be the best person you can possibly be. Right? And it's different for everybody. So what else could be a potential block, and how do we overcome the block? I feel like we're going to get 5 of these. Take baby steps. So go slowly like the patient turtle. Do not try to rush or force anything. Strength card. Baby steps are golden. They will lead you to your fondest goals. You have the 3 little eggs in the nest. And I just saw 333 on the timer. Oh my goodness. We'll have to pull that card now. 333 is a number coming in this reading. Let's get the angel number for it. I love when the angel number presents itself like that in the reading. Okay, so Libra, sign of protection. Your angels guide you to the right path. And if you're taking baby steps, you know, that's a smaller investment, right, than investing all at once. Yes, we have to be more patient. It's not, things don't happen as quickly as we want, but get your foot in the door somewhere. We've been talking about that a lot lately in readings too. Maybe the full-time position or whatever isn't involved, or maybe you don't want to fully commit to a relationship or a lease on something, but maybe you can do it short-term, or maybe you can volunteer, or maybe you could do part-time, or maybe you can kind of casually date, not, you know, just, yeah, whatever feels comfortable for you. Let's see what else we have. Baby steps. Whoa. Okay, I said I felt 5, but we're getting 3 more out. So there's the threes again, right? So release fear. Stop inventing scary stories about the future. Stay in the now and affirm your strengths. Get out of that 9 of Swords, right? That in the head all the time. Observe, don't absorb. If you're taking on the stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance. This will increase your energy. It's all really good advice. And restore yourself with alone time. Take a break from the busy world, replenish yourself in the stillness, meditate, stretch, nap, garden, do whatever quiet activities your spirit yearns for. I feel that star card. Remember, I was hearing crickets? For some of you, like, get out underneath the sky. Air signs, right? Whether it's your sun, moon rising, be out under the sky if you can, where you live, if it's safe, in just connecting with nature in a quiet space. So I was hearing, possibly part of why I was hearing crickets, is it really brought me right into this star card, garden. And I love that we have the star again. It just gave me, I hadn't looked at it before like this, but star, and then you just adding a T, you have start. Starts here. Something starts now. I get, like, just having a whole new perspective, a whole new attitude on something. Now, what blessings do we have coming in? Or actually, more advice. I'd like a little more advice here. Let's use the Moonology Manifestation deck. All the decks I use are below in the description box. And I usually pin a comment too. It has information like my other channel, how to, support this channel, free ways, paid ways, and just, yeah. So always check that first comment there underneath. If it's within the first hour or two of publishing the video, sometimes it's not there right away, but generally it is. And everything I put there, it's also in the description box of every single video. Find a balance, full moon in Libra. What do you know? Well, with the Two of Pentacles here and the Justice card, I think you're going to be able to find a balance that works for you. And it may not, again, it might not be option A, B. It might be option D or V. Okay, I don't know. Go deeper, new moon in Scorpio. Again, get that quiet, restore yourself with the alone time if you can. Observe, don't absorb, right? And we have talk less, feel more, last quarter moon in Pisces. If you're interviewing someone or you're going on dates or whatever, it's really good to listen, observe, bring it all, take it all in, right? How does your body feel in that situation as you're hearing whatever it is someone's saying, or you're reading whatever they've sent? Just run it by yourself. What else do we have? Release your blocks. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Well, that's what we're trying to do here. Tell us how. No, you are loved. New moon in Libra. Libra, you're good enough. Some of you don't realize that. That's how we overcome some of these blocks. You have to know your worth, and you got to set those boundaries, right? And take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. So within this 28-day cycle here, this new lunar phase, I feel as though a lot of you really are. You're taking some sort of action, getting out of the comfort zone. You have those cards, getting out of the comfort zone, taking inspired action. You're creating the change. And yeah, as I said, it may not be perfect. That came in the reading. Your commitment could be tested. There could be uncomfortable moments where you have to ask for help, or just allow your flaws to be out there. We all have them. It's progress over perfection, right? What else do we have? Forgive. Full moon in Pisces. This could be part of what, as I said, you're kind of getting a chance for like closure with something. Maybe it has to do with self-forgiveness too. And trust the universe. This is another way to overcome the blocks. Trust the universe. It's about surrendering. And then we have Aquarius energy with that. All right. Let's see what else we have. What sort of blessings do we have coming in? I'd like to know about that. Blessings. Let's use the Sacred Sun Wisdom Oracle by Maruk X. And thanks to some of you and your generous donations, I've been able to get us a few new decks here. This happens to be one of them. I'm getting more than a few. There was another one too. Others. Well, there are many others. Okay, we'll talk about that another time. So pleasure here. So you have, and clear as day. So this is what you have coming in. Clear as day. You had the Ace of Swords early in your reading. There it is. Clear as day. The answers you seek will soon be revealed as the sun illuminates the path to truth. And amazingly enough, you had the Ace of Swords coming out with justice. That is the sun illuminating the path to your personal truth. And please, Libra, know you do have some good days here coming up. You have pleasure here. So this is about infusing desire and passion into your life and being the master of your own desire. That Knight of Wands, like they just go for it, right? They're all about that adventure, that exploration, that happiness. And you have inner child and bright side. So find the silver linings amidst your troubles and shift your view of yourself and the world. There's a hidden blessing and blessing in disguise. That's something else you have coming in as a positive. And then you have inner child, so you have some fun times coming in. The curious child within you holds valuable and caring guidance for you. It could be an actual child in your life or a new pet or something too that comes in, brings a lot of joy. I'm getting to you're asked like something as simple as, would you like to dance? I'm just getting this sort of this like simple invitation. So you have that coming in as well. You might be asked to entertain a new idea of some kind. And also, I'm hearing the words, well, have a think on it. Almost like you're getting this offer, but then somebody says, you take your time, you think about it, I'm asking you to consider it is what I'm hearing from this conversation clairaudiently. And also you could be asked to like house sit or babysit, or someone offers to help you in that way. Masculine energy here. So this is allowing divine masculine energy to be your guide, protector, and your defender. We all have masculine energy within us. We all have masculine and feminine. And then you have retreat. So there could be some sort of inaction, but guess what? It's because of divine timing. There's a new direction coming up in all of the readings lately, okay? And this is a perceived delay is simply to guide you towards exploring better alternatives. Exactly. So true, because why? It's just something, it has to be right for you, Libra. And maybe you're given that time, hopefully you're giving yourself that time. What else do we have? Let's use the Moon Dreaming Oracle. Oh, all right. Okay. Whoa. So like supporting these blessings now with an upcoming trip. You could, okay, so an upcoming trip could be life-changing. This is how we support our blessings. And okay, that's the question we're answering now. We've overcome our blocks. We have blessings coming in. And now the moon's journey comes in, travel journey, vacation, realizing the progress you've made. What a beautiful card. This is the Moon Dreaming Oracle by Marukex. And then there's also dark side. So another way to support what we have coming in and the hard work we've done, be wary of toxic people and situations. So beware of bad talk, negative self-talk even, okay? What else do we have? Moon Sparkle. Oh my gosh, you also have a wonderful surprise in store. So know that there's a windfall coming, and good luck. Some of you really have a windfall coming. That's been coming up lately in recent readings. And then we have Roaring Moon. So show your power to your oppressors. Be fearless and fiery. That's the second lion showing up in your reading, right? Bottom of the deck. Milky Way, you're being guided by higher forces. So there's also some sort of connection coming in. It could be an infinite kind of connection too. All right. And tap into sweet stuff too, I'm hearing, like as far as joy. More advice from Spirit, please, as we close out our reading soon. All right. I'm also hearing like getting organized. I know it's Virgo season. That makes sense. But yeah, taking care of things need to be taken care of, because as I've been getting for like weeks and months, maybe even, once the choice has been made, you're chosen, or you choose something, whatever, your calendar could fill up, or you could be very busy. So you want to do as much of the preparatory work now as possible, okay? And you're also then signaling to the universe that you're ready for this, whatever this is coming in. You have Scorpio here, the underworld. So awaken your inner witch to maximize your potential and connect to the universal energy. I say this could be like just focusing on shadow work, right? You don't have to be into witchy stuff if you don't want to be, right? Okay. And then you also have Temple of the Soul. You're on a karmic path, so you can unravel the mystery of your karmic debts. I feel that, yeah, that's tied into that shadow work stuff. And then you have courage, Leo energy, third lion here, 3 lions now. So boost your courage so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way. Know your worth. Know you're good enough, right? That already came in for you. And then I have another new deck. Thank you. This was a new deck. And I have another new deck here. Whoa. Oh my gosh, what I say about shadow work. You've got evil eye, shadow work, self-care, and prayer. My goodness. This is the Naked Art Oracle by Maruk X. So you are safe and protected from negative energies and envious thoughts. That's evil eye protection. Maybe you have an evil eye you wear or something. And then you have in the shadow. So what's brewing is so much better than what you're holding on to. Love that. You have self-care. Take time to replenish your body and spirit and watch yourself bloom. And prayer. Pray, then let it go. Don't force the outcome. Your angels will help. There's another kitty cat here. You have kitty cats and butterflies. All right. And let's go into divine direction. And we'll get into some animal cards. And then we'll close out your reading. And I think I'll do the initials at the end of the reading. People like that. So let's do a divine direction now. What else does Libra need to know? Okay. Frenemies, empowerment, weight, connection, round and round, dominion. Oh my gosh, Libra. It's another lion. What is going on? You have some strong Leo here energy, or you need to be tapping into lion energy in general. If you have the Ted Andrews Animal Speak book, or maybe you can see it online, just go and look and see what Ted Andrews says about lion energy. Okay. Let's see. I think it's part of it is like initiation, I think. And yeah, of like having the courage to initiate things. But let's see. I'm going to just quickly look and see if there's anything I missed with that. Just a quick little, he came out with a pocket guide, so I can quickly reference that. Keywords for lion. Strength of will, yeah, we knew that, right? Oh yeah, and intuition. Okay, so not forcing things, right? So it's a time for strength of will. Using your creative energy, of course, all strength card type things. But yeah, look at the Animal Speak book. That's even more. If you don't have it yet, I recommend you get it. If you're into animal signs and symbolism, get Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. I think it's by like Dragonfly Publishing, or maybe Dragon Hawk Publishing. Anyway, so frenemies here. So be careful who you listen to and what you share. Not everyone has your best interest at heart, but you also have that evil eye here protecting you, right? So there's that. Boom. And then you have empowerment. Give yourself permission to practice your power. You're more powerful than you realize. Yep, that's right. Know it. And connection. I think this came in your last reading with empowerment. So you will sense an energetic connection with someone. Trust it. Their company could bring many blessings. Kind of reminds me of the Milky Way too here. All right. And then you also have round and round. So give attention to situations that keep repeating themselves. There could be a lesson here, right? That's part of that shadow work. There could be a lesson. And then for some of you, you have weight. So don't feel rushed to make a decision right now. I've been saying this in the reading. Spend time alone, meditating upon what truly makes you happy. Libra, that's what it's all about. What makes you happy? Will this really make you happy? For some of you, yes, you have something coming in that it's definitely going to make you happy, but it's because you chose you. And maybe for some of you, it's the first time you really made a decision for you, period. Exclamation point. Dominion. You're the master of your domain, Libra, which may intimidate others, but you can outdo your opponents. Stay calm and observe. If you're wondering, should you apply for something? Should you put yourself out there for whatever it is, work, dating, whatever, friends, meetups, whatever it is? Yes, you should, right? What do you have to lose by taking one little step in that direction, right? You don't have to do it all at once, right? And if you don't like it, you take yourself out, right? You just remove yourself from that group or that situation, right? Okay, let's see what else we have. I mean, I know I say it's also simple. It's not always that simple, right? Okay, let's get power animals for each letter of the alphabet. So this is the part of the reading where I'm going to pull animal cards, 26 altogether, one for each letter of the alphabet. So you can spell out your full name. The animals have bonus messages for you. Or you could actually just do your initials, you know, like if your initials are LVN, you could look up L, you could listen to the message for L, V, and N. And so let's see what we have for you. For A, thank you, by the way, all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And please do show support by liking the video, even if you got just something out of it. That would be great. And like the video, subscribe, leave a nice comment. That's all free. Paid ways are down below as well. Memberships, etc. All right, what do we have, Libra? A. I'll give a good shuffle, and then I'm going to just pull from the top. A. Raccoon. With determination and resourcefulness, you can now create your dream scenario. B. Lynx. Life's mysteries may be veiled, but your inner wisdom is your torch. You'll see the truth. C. Gazelle. What looks to be an obstacle could be the opportunity you've been asking for. D. Bear. Healing begins from the core. Trust the process and let your inner strength guide you. E. Camel. Your perseverance will lead you to the waters of renewal and the lush oasis of opportunity. F. Komodo dragon. Forge ahead with patience and calculated precision. You are destined to win. G. Cheetah. Use a combination of speed and adaptability in this situation. You'll be unstoppable. H. Meerkat. It's time to be with your people. Stand together, watchful and united. You are not alone in this. I. Baboon. Seek the support of your tribe. Together you can conquer challenges and find joy. J. Tasmanian devil. Be unapologetic in your authenticity. It will filter out the people who don't want to see you win. K. Sea lion. Practice the art of going with the flow and don't forget to celebrate life's many moments of joy. L. Owl. Trust in the protective forces that surround you. Wealth and prosperity is returning to you. M. Hyena. Laughter is your strength. Even in the darkest of times, your light will dissolve all negativity. N. Red panda. Create balance in your life by harmonizing your inner and outer worlds. 100% alignment is key. O. Wombat. Pay attention to details. Invest your time and effort in your creations. Craft beauty and magic. P. Cow. Recognize your capacity to nourish and care for those around you. You are deeply valued. Q. Cougar. Embrace your inner leader. Step boldly into your role. You are the master of your life. R. Dingo. Find solace in your independence. Your self-sufficiency will open the doors of freedom. S. Pig. Give yourself from your heart and share your blessings with others. You're a true giver. T. Fox. Intelligence and joy can coexist. Navigate challenges with wit and a twinkle in your eye. U. Horse. Embrace your untamed spirit and find liberation in your journey. Freedom isn't just a destination. V. Seal. Live with a sense of wonder and play, savoring the simple pleasures that bring you joy. W. Orangutan. Allow your all your feelings matter as they tell a story about your soul's essence. Honor them. X. Wolf. Loyalty is the silent strength that speaks volumes through actions. Your heart knows who to trust. Y. Penguin. Embrace positive changes and shed old habits and beliefs. The opportunity for renewal is here. And Z. Kingfisher. Embrace moments of quiet reflection and meditation to connect with your inner knowing. Thank you so much for being here. Wishing you so many blessings and opportunities and happiness. Be well. Thank you so much.